I do really love e-bikes, but most of them are super heavy. Not this one though. This one weighs only 14 kilograms, 1/4, which is insanely low, and it also has a very decent range for its weight, up to 100 kilometers. How is this even possible? It is possible mostly thanks to the carbon fiber frame and fork. This technology has been around for a while, but this is the first time I'm seeing it used in an e-bike. They also used other tricks to reduce weight, like they get rid of the chain, they put their carbon belt instead, the wheels are thinner, there is no suspension, you can still fold it in half, so the footprint is very tiny, and it also has GPS tracker, you can track it in real time. But all of this comes at a quite steep price. Does it make sense to invest in it? Or should you rather invest into something much more cheaper and tiny bit heavier? Let's find out. So yes, carbon fiber frame. Just look at it. The curves, the design. I'm not gonna lie, it looks very good. When you fold it in half and look inside, you find out there is no battery in the frame because they've put it underneath the seat into the seat post. Another first time for me, and again, I like it. You can easily take it out, put it back, connect to the circuit or connect to the charger outside of a frame. The battery capacity is 370 watt-hours. They have used 250 watts Bafang motor situated in a rear wheel. According to my previous experiences with e-bikes, I didn't believe these specs could take me up to 100 kilometers far. Another mini e-bike I have weighs 24 kilograms, yes, 24. It has a bit smaller battery, but it can only get me up to 25 kilometers, which is very low. Therefore, I was very hesitant about the number they have stated, 100 kilometers. So, let's hit the road. I mean, let's build it first. It came in a middle-sized box, well protected, no damage whatsoever. I just cut the zip ties, took away foam, installed quick release clamp on the handlebars and fastened it. Then I inserted seat post, fastened it, I screwed the pedals into the place, and that was pretty much it. I think the overall video footage that I recorded was around 10 minutes long. This was my fastest e-bike build ever. Anybody can pull this off, so let's hit the road. No, we still cannot, because the tires are not inflated properly. Upon closer inspection I've noticed weird valves. Google Lens revealed that these are some kind of Italian valves and I need to buy an adapter. Would be super useful if they have included this adapter inside of a box, cause I was eager to hit the road but I couldn't. First I had to go to buy it and pump it up. Okay, now finally let's hit the road. Straight as I hit it, it felt differently. Much differently than my other mini e-bike. Both only has one gear, you can't change the gear, but this carbon e-bike felt more power efficient, or how to say it. It was not giving me full power straight away. Even when I was going fast at 25 kilometers per hour, I could still feel it is not for free. I was able to pedal, I was able to put an effort in. The gear was also okay, I didn't need to pedal super fast at 25, that's the max speed allowed by the law. Then you might think the acceleration would be hard cause the high gear was okay, so low gear couldn't be. But even acceleration from complete stop to full speed was absolutely fine, fast and enjoyable with not much effort. They are using some smart torque sensor that intelligently adjusts motor output based on the pedal force for a smooth, efficient ride. It is a very weird sensation, especially compared to my other mini e-bike. That's what I actually didn't like about my normal mini e-bike. That when I was going faster than like 18 kilometers per hour, I was always going full electric power. It didn't really feel right for me, so I'm pleased to see this company is taking different approach. Big 2 thumbs up. By the way, the company is called Ado and the model is Ado Air Carbon. Here it's also worth mentioning it was sent to me free of charge in exchange for an honest review, and of course I'm following my own script, not theirs. So on the smooth asphalt road, the e-bike drives very nice. It has small tires, 20 by 1.75 inch, and when they are properly inflated, there is not much resistance because of less surface contact area. They're also very quiet, and the motor is also super quiet. There are barely any sounds coming out of it. I want to, however, take you to my favorite place nearby. We call it Druids Place. And the only road that leads there is made out of dirt, roots, hills and other non-regular surfaces. This carbon fiber e-bike lacks any kind of suspension, so I felt every single bump. The seat is also very small, and when it was really rough, I was standing just on the pedals, not sitting at all. I'm pretty good at driving road bikes in the challenging nature's environment, because when I was young, there was no suspension on the push bikes. There was this bike called Liberta, my mom was using it, and I was able to get everywhere without wrecking it, because my mom wouldn't be able to get to the work next day. Okay, we are here. What do you think? Is this Druids place worth it? I know, bad question. Of course it is. It is even better in person, because you can connect to the infinite nature's energy in there. For real! But let's get back to the ultra lightweight carbon e-bike. It has hydraulic brakes with mineral oil at the back and at the front wheel. I was able to lift it on top of my head without much hassle. The battery and the motor are on the rear side, so it is definitely rear heavy. That carbon belt really caught my attention. I was reading about it and it has some pros and some cons, as usual. Pros are that it has better durability, from 15 to 30,000 kilometers with minimal maintenance. But it is also much more expensive than regular chains and you cannot use gears or derailleurs. It has also pretty fashionable handlebar grips. You can even see some stitching in there, looks like leather, not sure if real. On the handlebars there is also bell and 2.5-inch LCD with all the information about your speed, pedal assist mode, distance, etc. It folds down same way like any other folding bike. First the handlebars, then you fold it in half, then you lower the seat if needed. On every clamp there is a safety mechanism, so it cannot be undone accidentally. Plus on the seat post there is a clamp with a lock. You need a key, so nobody can just take out your battery and run away without first unlocking it. On the battery there is a charging plug, connecting plug and a button. You need to press the button first, it lights up green, then it's ready to go. Now to the size. Only thing that you can adjust is the height of the seat. You cannot adjust the height of the handlebars. I'm about 185 centimeters tall and it did fit me about alright. I didn't feel I needed to be any longer. In the spec sheet they say it should be okay for people from 155 to 195 centimeters tall. Okay, let's move out of this Druids place because there is a lot of broken glass on the grounds and I don't want to get flat tire on my very first ride. We are moving on from the dirt surface to the nice asphalt road on the other side of the river. And we are heading to the birds territory. I was able to catch some nice video footage of a pelican for you from the distance. Then I went to the viaduct and I wanted to see how good it can climb up hills. There are two modes, Eco and Sport. Eco is for flat surfaces and Sport is more for the hills. I was using Eco and it was going okay. The cranks and pedals are strong. I've put my full weight into them and I was on top of the viaduct in no time. It might not seem like a steep hill, but it's quite steep. Here is the view from the top of the viaduct and it is quite of a height difference. The road doesn't go straight, more like in a half ellipse, but the e-bike managed to get on top of it nicely. Now let's try some tricks. Manual was very easy, too easy I would say, but it is too hard to hold it. Bunny hop was okay, in fact this is just a hop. Later I found out bunny hop is this, and that one is also doable. On my way back I've tried to switch off electric power completely and ride it just as a normal bike, not as an e-bike, and I enjoyed it like that too. I was going roughly at 20 kilometers per hour speed without much effort, so in case you'll run out of battery you can easily get back home or to the train station if it's too far away. The bike pairs to your phone via application. It has built-in IoT module with a real-time GPS tracking. Even when the e-bike is turned off, you can get a notification if your bike moves or falls unexpectedly. You can also remotely lock the e-bike. This means that e-bike cannot be used as an e-bike. Even if somebody would able to switch it on, it would turn off after a few seconds by itself, but he would be still able to pedal even without e-power, like on a normal bike. Now to the range. I came back home from my short trip and on the display it showed I went 24 kilometers. There was less than a third of the battery capacity missing. It was showing no percentage, so I was just estimating it, but you can see for yourself, more than 2/3 are still available. I would guesstimate with my 87 kilograms of weight and with the terrain I went on and with the eco mode, I would be able to go about 75 to 80 kilometers far, which is very decent in my opinion. You can also change bunch of options on the LCD display. You need to enter the password first, 4 zeros, and then you can play with a bunch of options. They also do not include any kind of throttle like other similar e-bikes. Only international version of this e-bike has it included, not EU or UK version. I was using a lot of sport mode instead of eco or eco. I was going often uphill, plus I've taken big backpack, so I was even heavier. Like this, clearly I wouldn't be able to hit 80 kilometers distance. That's to be expected. Their 100 kilometers estimate would be possible if your weight would be like 60 kilograms and you would go on a smooth roads with the eco mode on. So they were not exactly lying with the 100 kilometers range. My way was leading to a remote location though. I even needed to carry the e-bike through the bushes in my hands, cause the road was not suitable for driving. I mean, it wasn't even road, it was just the bushes and plants. In spite of that, I was able to successfully get to my final destination, set up a camp, sleep over, and recharge my internal batteries. Now to the verdict, the pros, what I like. I actually like everything. The overall air carbon experience was pretty satisfying. Clearly they've made some sacrifices to keep the weight to the minimum, but overall really good. The only thing that I don't like clearly is the price. The price is very expensive, too expensive in my opinion, but that's the, trade-off that you need to make in case if you want to keep the weight to the minimum. Luckily I have for you some good alternative. It's pretty much same e-bike without carbon frame for 850 pounds, which is much more reasonable price for 16 kilograms and 100 kilometers range. Hydraulic brakes, torque sensor, carbon belt, not bad at all. If you are into extra light foldable e-bikes with solid design, you can find the link for the website and the e-bikes in the description down below. I would like to thank you all for watching, big up to all of my Patreons and members for their continued support, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!